Hands up who likes comedy. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty much everyone. The ones that didn't, they're probably thinking deaf awareness is a really, really important subject. No laughing matter. But there's a reason for that. Okay, so I want you to imagine that you are sat in a comedy club and you are going to be hearing from the best comedians in this country. Okay? You're in the room. I want you to think about it. You're hearing the beginning of all these fantastic jokes. An Englishman, an Irishman, a Scotsman walks into but you miss the punchline. Okay? Did you hear the one about you missed the punchline? And you look around the room, everyone is killing themselves laughing. Side split. Oh, such a funny. Tears rolling down their eyes. Are you in the same room as that? Okay? So just shout out, I'm deaf, I'm probably not going to hear, but it'll be helpful for everyone else. How does it make you feel? You're sat in that room with the comedians, everyone's laughing, everyone's so funny, having such a great time, you can't hear the punchline. Any words that come to mind?
Isolated.
Isolated.
Outsider.
So?
Outsider.
Outsider, yes, exactly. That's what it's like being deaf. Okay, all the time. And I haven't really got time to do too much detail, but we have this thing I teach people about mental hangman. That's a game that deaf people play all day, every day. And it goes like this. You hear something, it says, the something sat on the something. Do you remember the game Hangman? We draw and try and find the phrase and fill in the gaps. That's what it's like. We're doing that all day, every day. So you go, the something sat on the something. I don't know what those words were. I don't know whether they're important. Is it a name of somebody? Is it something like is it a hand or a small word that's not important? I have to keep thinking about it. Next sentence. Something puppy. Did something sit on the puppy, or did the puppy sit on something? Not sure. Next sentence. Third sentence. Something rug. Maybe the puppy sat on the rug. And I can tell you it is incredibly mentally taxing. So you're doing that all day, every day. You don't know what you're missing out on, and you're picking up various things and you go along, maybe that, or if you meet someone and you didn't quite catch their name, you're praying that they might say their name again, you can fill in what they said their name was earlier on. So that's just a little something around what deafness is actually really like. So this is about this inclusion, okay? So my name's Simon Houghton. In April of 2021, I started a campaign called We Support Deaf Awareness. I'm deaf, I was born deaf. I have high frequency sensory neural hearing loss, which basically means I can't hear the consonants. Okay, so if you have really, really deep voice, if you talk A, E, I, O, U, I can hear that, but the high frequencies, I can't hear that. Okay, so about my campaign, I started it in April during the pandemic. Everyone's wearing masks, and I have delivery. So I talked to somebody, pardon? Really, really difficult. It happened in the essential services. So we had the doctor's surgeons, we had I sprained my ankle in the hospital, an A&E department. It happened in the supermarkets. It happened in the opticians. And in fact, it was the opticians that really was the straw that broke the camel's back. I had an optician appointment, and she was saying, green dot better than the red dot, all this. And I couldn't hear what she said. Right? She had a mask on and a face shield, and I was saying, I'm really sorry, I'm deaf, I have to lip read, I can't hear what you're saying. And she just carried on, she said, green dot, can you see this, can you do that? And I said it about 12 times. And at the end of the session, I said, my frustration was so high, I said, I'm really sorry, can you please, I can't hear what you're saying. And she said, what was it she said? She said something along the lines of, floaters come back to the opticians, the floaters, the things in your eyes, come to the opticians, go straight to A&E. What do you mean straight to A&E? I'm a nurse. What's going on? I was really, really frustrated at that point. So I said, please, can you just tell my wife, who was outside? So we went outside, chose some glasses, I'm modelling them at the moment, and the lady said to my wife what it was. We then went home, I was in the car, and I said to my wife, Jenny, what was it that she said? And she said, oh, is it if you have a detached retina, I rolled up the tongue. And I'm like, well, now I'm really isolated, I feel nervous, I'm not sure what's going on, because I've got no way of asking those questions, like, why did you say that? Is it both eyes? What happened? What the symptoms? What can I do? So that is what spurred me on to start the Deaf Awareness campaign, to help organisations and employees to better able to communicate with the deaf and hard of hearing.